Hello, my lovelies. Well, I'm here a little bit early this time around. So instead of waiting for July, I had felt the need to do this particular reading before the full moon, which falls on the Monday on the 29th. So got in early, plus I've got going away on some big adventures for the month of July. So that also helped me to get it done early too. So I'm excited. I've got another new card deck. Of course I have. This month's cards are coming from magical potions and elixirs. And I was just really drawn to the imagery of this deck because, well, it's got beautiful chamomile flowers and other beautiful botanicals on there. And of course, I love making potions with my aromatherapy. So when I saw this deck, I couldn't help myself. So if you haven't already chosen, choose from card 1, 2, or 3. And the interesting thing is that the cards are very much on a theme, which, as you know, if you're a regular for my readings, that is often the case, that there's kind of a theme that goes through the cards. So it doesn't really matter which one you chose, but one might be a little more pertinent to your particular situation. But this month, each of the cards are around building insight, clarity, wisdom, intuition, stopping and listening and awareness. And so it's just gorgeous that when these themes come through. So the first card that I pulled, card number 1, is Insight Tonic. And it says at the bottom there, unlock your potential. See the bigger picture clearly. And to me, that looks like the full moon there. It's gorgeous, tonic. So if you were inspired to choose card 1, Insight Tonic, this card is asking around, where do you feel stuck right now? And rather than, trying to continue to try and push forward, there's this resistance. So instead of trying to push through, just pause for a moment, because otherwise you're just going to keep floundering around in the mud until you stop. You need to reflect, to contemplate, to be open to new perspectives, different understandings, reassessment of things. And when we tune into this pause, give it the moment it needs, this nurtures our awareness building and widens our view of the bigger picture. And when you take this opportunity to pause and stop and tune in, new information is going to arise. And this is going to then help you to make that more informed decision of whatever the next step is. So sometimes it's just a matter of release, pause, open, tune in, and allow that message to come through rather than, knocking on all the different doors to see what's going to happen next. One is going to become the obvious choice, but you need to stop and listen to know which one that is. Beautiful. So on a similar theme, the second card is the Clarity Tincture. And it says there, clear your mind, find focus and insight. Again, we've got the nice moon imagery. I love these images. So Clarity Tincture card. Right now, things seem like they're swirling around you. And so how can we find our way through that storm while it's all around? So the first thing I want you to know, if you chose card 2, is to be reminded that the storm is a distraction. It's all this drama encircling you, but that takes your focus away. You need to recenter yourself. And once you do that, then you can look for the root cause of the situation rather than getting caught up in the drama storm. That is going to enable you to find out what is actually really going on here. Perhaps there is a need to stop and allow the dust to settle to be able to find that, that focus and clarity. Or perhaps you just need to see yourself centered and calm, even though that storm is still circling around you. Either way, some time to clear your mind, regather your thoughts, and find some focus on what truly matters. This is what is going to bring that much needed clarity to empower you towards an enlightened choice. And finally, card number 3, still on theme, the Wisdom Elixir. Seek knowledge, learn from the experiences around you. I love this wise eye there in the middle of the ocean bottle. These beautiful crystals and kind of constellations at the top there of the card. So this card's message is about you maybe going through a tough situation. And I'm not trying to silver line the cloud, but what I do want you to be open to is how this experience is going to bring new knowledge and learning for you. How will the growth that you obtain through this time help you in the future? So, although things might be difficult right now, some life lessons are presenting themselves. So practice curiosity and nurture your understanding. And you're going to come out the other side with renewed self-confidence and awareness. So because each of these cards have this similar theme of insight, clarity, wisdom, pausing, listening, I thought we can just talk about one ritual that anyone can use for any of the cards readings this month. And so with Monday being the strawberry full moon, my suggestion is that you can perhaps try and make your own little potion elixir very simply. So if you haven't already tried this, on the full moon, I often will put out a jar of nice spring water or some nice water, it doesn't really matter what type of water. Put it in a jar, leave it outside or on a windowsill where it's going to be receive the full moon's glow. And I would even suggest if you've got some lapis lazuli crystal, the beautiful blue crystal, just don't put it in the water because sometimes stuff can leach out from the stones. Just leave it on the lid for this month's moon water. My kids call it Mum's Moon Juice, and we all have a bottle of it. And what I would suggest, the next morning on Tuesday, put just a teaspoon of honey in it. And the honey is what's going to make any bitter truths that are coming through a little easier to swallow. Good old Mary Poppins. Spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, right? So that honey is going to invite in the sweetness of the realization that's going to come through for you, that aha moment. Secondly, if you want to do this overnight of that full moon, so you do drink the moon water the next morning, but overnight, if you want to make some sort of elixir type thing, you could think about using blue lotus or blue lily. This is a sacred flower that the Egyptians used in ancient times. helps to expand our brains and be a bit more open. It's not going to get you high, but it definitely is a beautiful way of enjoying some medicine from ancient times, and it looks quite beautiful. So I've got some dried flowers. Just put it in this bag. This gorgeous flower. So you can see the flower there, just absolutely gorgeous. So you can brew that like a tea and have that before you go to bed. Or if tea is not your thing, I can't say it has a particularly pleasant taste, but it's not awful either. You could also purchase like a tincture of the blue lotus as well. And so this is just a dropper. I love the cup. It doesn't look particularly ooey gooey. And then just put a couple of drops of that under your tongue before you go to bed. And just be open to receiving perhaps some wisdom coming through in your dreams. And do some journaling when you wake up. Have your moon juice and see what happens. I'd love to hear any of this reading resonated with you, and obviously any outcomes of the little ritual that you might like to do. And I will see you on the flip side of my July adventures. Have a wonderful month and see you soon.